Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Tanner Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to make you the absolute best version of yourself. I'm excited about today because, man, we're gonna go over 4 reasons why people don't have a vision, and man, I ran into every single one of these barriers, so I'm excited that we've worked on a lot of stuff with my own coach and getting to work on this stuff with a lot of other people and seeing the impact and stuff that it's making. Instagram, you're not going to be able to see the article this morning that we're going to share, but we'll be popping out and we'll be yelling them out loud to you. And it's also the 4 reasons are listed in the description below this video once I post it after we're done being live. All right. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get right into. I'm gonna show the article that I was reading. I just need to share my screen. Share. Okay. So again, we're talking about 4 reasons why we struggle with vision. You've heard so many times that visualization is key. You need to be able to see the future. You need to be able to see what it is that you want to do in order to manifest it and get it. And I get it. A lot of this stuff can sound like mumbo jumbo. It's like bullshit that doesn't work. And again, we see all these Olympic athletes visualizing every time, seeing the gold medal. And I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, man, visualizing myself being on stage, working with people, building a life plan that's going to actually make an impact and help you take more action, because we're big believers in taking action here. No action, no results. So visualizing yourself 5 years, 10 years from now, these are the 2 time frames I really like to work with. What are your skills? What are you doing with people? How are you interacting with them? How are you handling situations? And trying to really visualize these things. But there is reasons why doing this sucks. It's painful. It's not what we want to be doing. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go over these reasons, and these powerful reasons, many of them for a long time when I was working with my coach. Yes, I mean, sometimes some of these got pretty emotional, but working through this stuff is really important. You got to find a safe space where you can talk to people, you can feel good about it, you can feel confident, or else you're just not going to be doing it. You're going to stay complacent and keep doing the bullshit that you're doing and not being able to help the people that you love and care about most. Why we do what we do, right? So the first reason, 4 reasons why we struggle with vision. The first one is cultural conditioning. Cultural conditioning. So who you were raised by and the people in front of us, when we're children, we're kind of viewing things, we're taking things in, and things are going a million miles an hour. We don't know what anything means. Not that that gets much better as an adult, but you do get a much better grip and a much better understanding of what I can protect myself from, and building up these filters and fortresses, whatever's around us. So what people are doing, whether your parents didn't say have a particular like education background. So for example, like in our family, we didn't have a whole lot of people who were going to college, and the whole effort of college was I couldn't get myself at first to like really work hard in school because I didn't really see the point in it. My ACT scores were absolutely trash. And I have a whole nother episode on that stuff. How the things we had to get over on that thing. Going into college, taking remedial classes. I was taking remedial math and English classes at a community college here in my hometown. And all my other friends were going off and they were going to universities and stuff. And that made me feel really, really bad. It made me feel really sad. But the cultural conditioning around us. So giving yourself a break, or just kind of understanding that we're going to have some of these limiting beliefs at first when we're just not around it a whole lot. And say for a lot of times you hear all these stories of these people, they come from really poor families and then they go off and they make riches and stuff. And you got to get over this whole conditioning. I'm limited because the people around me think a certain way. chances are you need to change your environment. You need to change the people around you, or you at least need coaching, mentors, organizations that you can join with people who are like-minded and want to have that growth mindset so they can help inspire and stuff and get yourself around it. Because cultural conditioning can go both ways. It can be really negative if it's around people with limited beliefs and mindsets, but it also can be very positive, influential in people who know what the fuck they're doing and they do it really well. They can pull you up to the ceiling and really help you out. I had a couple mentors in real estate in Chicago who thought big. They were always excited and they were happy and wanted to do stuff, and it had a huge impact on me. So I think the conditioning around the people around you is really important. And then these are just things. This is a reason why you're probably struggling, or that's a reason why I struggled with it, and why a lot of my clients struggle with it is because early on, we have this conditioning around us. So be prepared. You might have to work on that stuff. It's a tough deal. So that's the first reason, cultural conditioning. The second is visualization is a skill. Visualization is a skill. And this is an article from Scott Jeffrey. Shout out to the dog. Visualization is also like a muscle. Many of us stopped exercising this muscle during childhood. Now it feels uncomfortable to try to visualize our future. We fear we are not doing it right. The more we visualize, the better we get at creating from our imagination. So this is a skill, friends. This is a skill. We need to be able to take time to do this consistently, not like once a year for 2023. And like I visualize myself. I have my book written that I'm working on. I have my visualizing me stepping on stage and getting paid to do a speech. I visualize myself working with a group of people, getting our goals down and working through any limiting beliefs, getting some fun brainstorming. And I'm going to do this every single week before I watch the NFL, before I watch football, before I go off and I go drinking with my friends. I'm visualizing what it is that I truly want to do and get done. And this is something that's going to happen all the time. And sometimes you'll hear gurus or whoever talk about you need to do this 10 times a day. That I don't think is true, but everyone's different, right? And it depends. Where's your starting point? Are you really beat up? Can you not visualize anything at all? Then you're probably going to have to do it a whole bunch. Think of it like a muscle, like exercising. That usually is a good analogy. It clicks in my brain. I don't know about you, but visualizing is like a muscle. You got to build that puppy up, and you're going to have to do it continuously, trying to practice what you want your future to look like. What do you want your life to look like 1 year from now? What do you want your life to look like 5 years from now? What do you want in your life 10 years from now? And just try and put the pieces together. Where do you want to live? How do you want to help people? What do you want to donate to a certain charity? Just try and get as many details out of your brain onto, say, in a notebook or something where you can just vomit that crap out, get it out there, and just keep doing it over and over again. And it'll change over time. And this gets onto the next one. And this is something that I struggled with pretty bad. Not going to lie to you, but this is the truth. And I think more people, if they were telling the truth, they would admit that this is holding them back as well. We are afraid. We're scared to visualize because thinking small is safe. Staying in, not getting up early and not working on the shit you need to be doing is uncomfortable. And just being in that nice little warm bed. It's 0 degrees outside, son. It's dark. It's 0 degrees. So you got to be able to visualize past right now, this moment right here. And we are afraid because when you play it small, you play it safe, and you play it comfortable. And there's usually underlying fears, and you'd be blown away where this comes from and where it goes to. Being afraid is something that's deep in bed. I mean, it's survival mechanism, right? And being afraid it can range from a whole slew of different things. Unfortunately, I had a lot of limiting beliefs, and I was afraid of a lot of things from my childhood, from my dad, and I had to work on a lot of that stuff. And that sucked really bad. But having to think about it and be with it and kind of expand off of it, and then getting into other areas of my life. Like when I go on adventures with my brother, we'd be doing things that are pretty gnarly in the outdoors, and I'd have a lot of fear, whether it was going we're going trail running off of by cliffs, rock climbing up giant rock faces. We did this multi-pitch thing that was like 1,000 feet in the air, just kind of doing rope work and kind of trusting yourself and the equipment around you. There's just intense fears, but just getting small dosages. This could be something, even when we were doing a brainstorming session yesterday, people talking about the fear of like even going out and like running and just getting yourself to exercise in a way that's going to push you and be uncomfortable, but just finding an environment and a way to do this in small dosages to build into it, or just at least talking to people about it. One of the best things about being scared or having fears or just being afraid when it comes to visualization, if you can get over the hurdle of just telling somebody what you want your future to be like, somebody who you care about, someone who loves you, someone who wants to see you do better, if you can just write in a notebook, maybe that's your one challenge today. Maybe that's your challenge before the first of the year, is that you write out some type of visualization, some type of vision for the future that you want for your own life, and you share it with somebody that you care about. Challenge? We doing it? We're not going to roll it? Can you share it with somebody? Do you think you're more likely to do it if you share it with somebody that you care about? Share it with me. Send me a direct message. I'll click the link. Free. I'll chat with you anytime you want. If you want to just meet up together and you need to tell me what it is that you're trying to work on, I'm here for you. That stuff gets me excited. It's cool. But it's, of course, the third reason why we wouldn't do it would be because we are afraid. So if that's you in your situation, I know that was me in my situation. You got to find somebody who you can work with and you can talk to help get over that kind of stuff. Next and fourth, and this one rings true as well. This article is great. Thanks, Scott Jeffrey. Fourth, we think the vision has to be perfect. We think the vision has to be perfect. Like people will just not, and this was me. I'm right here with you. I don't like saying people because I was doing this too, but would just not create a vision because you don't know. I don't know what I want my future to look like, so I'm just not going to do anything. I'm not sure, so I'm just not going to do anything. I don't even know if I would want to do that forever, so I can't put that down. These can continue to change over time. I liked how in the article what he was saying, we believe we need the right vision, the perfect vision. The perfectionist in us needs to craft an ideal vision statement that is timeless, true for all eternity. Then I use this example that my mom told me a bunch when I was a kid. What you liked when you were 8, you don't like when you're 18. What you didn't like when you were 18, do you like it now that you're 28? And it's like, hell no. I'm grown, changed my values, changed who I want to be around. I've changed what I want to do with my life dozens of times, and that's okay. But you need something that's pulling you in the right direction that you believe is fair and safe and today in alignment with what you want to do with the limited time that you have on this planet, man. We're just not around for a long time. I just blink my eyes and bam, it's another Christmas gone. It's like, holy shit, it is almost January 1st. I'm not saying you got to live in a rush. We got to live and be zen and in the moment and all that good stuff. You got to enjoy what you have, but it's okay to crave more and to be figuring out what it is that you want in the future, because the future's coming. We're working towards that. Time doesn't stop for anybody. So getting the perfectionist mindset out, when you create this vision, just build that muscle, get this vision laid out, figure out if you have any fears around this, and then just lay something out today and feel good about that. So it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be something that makes you excited, something that pulls you in the right direction. And it isn't even it was like Stephen Covey from the 7 Habits book. It's starting with the end in mind. Maybe it's the results that you'll get from it. Maybe it's a certain way that you act with people. Maybe you're speaking. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to live in a certain area of the country. Maybe you want to interact with your family on a certain amount of on a frequent basis, etc. Start with the end in mind and look at these. Understand it doesn't need to be perfect. Look at deep down into yourself. Work with somebody if you got fears about this stuff that's limiting your ability and limiting beliefs, as you've heard that coin term over and over again. Figuring out where those are at, and we gotta dig into these. We gotta get over these. Visualization is a skill. So if you're not good at it right at the bat, so what? You don't just go into the gym, just bench press 400 pounds on the first go. You got to build up to this stuff. It's a muscle. You got to strengthen it. And then, of course, cultural conditioning. There's probably some shit in your childhood that you need to work on, realistically. I don't care where you come from. Everybody's got baggage, man. And you need a safe space. You need to be working on that. If you would like to work with a coach, if you would like to work with me one-on-one and go over these reasons, to go over this exercise of creating a powerful vision for 2023, you can always click the link in this description below and set up a one-on-one meeting with myself. Other than that, take these for yourself. See if they can help you get an idea if you are having any hesitation about creating your vision for 2023. If these are the things that are getting in your way, and if you can hit them head on and see if it can give you enough momentum to get excited, create something, take action towards that vision for 2023. Sit there, visualize it, just like the Olympic athletes, just like the big business owners, just like the people who give back to the people they care about most. The greatest thing you can do is be a better version of yourself. That is our motto here. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to keep getting better. And I will see you guys all tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. live Central Standard Time with episode 185. Today was episode 184. 184. We're rolling through. That's it for me. I'm getting out of here. These were the 4 reasons why we struggle with vision, what we can do to overcome them. Let's ride. Got a lot of work to get done today. I'm heading out of here. You guys all have an amazing, awesome day. Cheers, friends, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, live 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Like, share with somebody who you think could benefit from this message. It means the world to me.